What's up, everyone? I'm Joe. I appreciate you stopping by the channel. Hope you're all doing well. So we are making progress. And one of the things I'm going to be talking about today is the progress that I'm making and where do we go from here? Some of the things that Sadie and I have been discussing are where do we go now? We're starting to get to a point now where I'm starting to notice some progress in my recovery. I'm still not able to make soap fully on my own, but we can see that point coming. And now the decisions that we have to make are what are we going to do now going forward? How do we want to adapt to what we've been through and what we want to do? So let me start off with, I'll just show you just a little bit of the progress we're making here. So right now, I am able to, right about there. Now I can go further. If I assist it, I can move it up further, right? But I can't do it, like that on my own. Out to the side, I can go about here. And then if I assist it, I can go up further. This way, I can come up to about here, but then I have to assist it. So I'm still not able to shave right-handed fully because I still have to bring my arm down and I can't go across. This is about as far over across as I can go right now. If I want to assist it, I can, but then that's really not going to help anything. So I'm still shaving left-handed. But one thing that I can do now is I can actually hold the bowl. As long as I keep my elbow tucked in, I can hold the bowl and I can hold it steady enough where I can lather, and that little amount of torque doesn't bother my arm. It's actually fine because I've started doing some light resistance training. So I'm able to kind of hold that bowl steady and do and lather up. So let me show you what we're gonna be using. So I'm going to be going with Draconis Ignis because I'm kind of feeling that Draconis menthol vibe. And I do have matching aftershave. The razor, I just showed you, Parker. This is the 71R. For the brush, I'm going to be going with a Goodfellas Smile. I want to keep that kind of that red Draconis thing going. I just showed you the bowl. This is a fine accoutrements bowl. And that's it. So let's get rocking and rolling here. I'm going to build a lather, and I was going to do a lather ahead of time and save a little bit of time, but I want to use the time building a lather to talk about, some of the things that are going on. And then some of the things that we have planned. So I am still dealing with the injury. Obviously, I'm going to be dealing with the injury for a long time. Months. But as you can see, we are making progress. I've only had 3 physical therapy sessions, but I do have a list of exercises to do when I'm at home, and I do them every day, twice a day, except the days I go to physical therapy. I just do the home exercises once a day because the other ones are being done at physical therapy. Sleeping is starting to get easier. There's not as much. I don't have to worry about rolling over onto it as much as I had to before. But soap production is still, like I was saying before, I'm not able to do it 100% on my own yet. Which means that that if you look at our website, you'll see that a lot of our shave soaps and aftershaves will say limited quantities or limited availability, and or sold out. And we're doing our best to keep up with it, but it just it's just not that not that easy right now, because Sadie is helping me out with it, and she's at the market right now, the farmers market. And then when she gets back from the farmers market today, we're going to start rocking and rolling on soaps. And usually weekends are the only times that that she has the time to help out with making the soap, because she has a full-time job during the week, and then she has to do other things for the business too. So the weekends are really the only time we get to actually make soap. And this weekend we have a big list of soaps we're going to be making. So unfortunately, not able to get a holiday soap done this year. This is the first time in 5 years we haven't been able to do a holiday soap. We couldn't fit it in. Given my current situation, it just couldn't fit that in. We usually have 3 or 4 holiday bath soaps that we do, and this year we just couldn't fit it in, which is unfortunate. Oh, let's put this on first. I'm going to be doing a little peppermint pre-shave oil this time. Instead of the soap, because I want to keep that. I do have a menthol pre-shave soap, but I wanted to keep that minty menthol vibe going. And I like this pre-shave oil too. Now, I saw Eric's video the other day when he threw down that left-hand honing challenge, and I was kind of like, oh, that's cool. I got to give that a try when I get back into honing, see if I can pull that off. But then I'm thinking, well, why do I got to wait till I get back into honing? I mean, I can only do my left hand now anyways, and that's the challenge. So I did give it a try, and I just can't really do that yet. So I'm not even going to try, because so when I was honing before, I would hone with my right hand, but I always hone with 2 hands. So I would hone with my right hand, and then my left hand would keep the blade kind of stable. I was reversing it for this one, going with my left hand, and I couldn't really just go left hand only. But I am going to keep trying that, because I think that's a fun one. That'd be a fun challenge. But if I can't shave with my right hand yet, so the other half of the challenge is shaving with the other hand. But, we're making progress, and that's really what I care about right now. If you guys like our Draconis soap and you like a little menthol in your soap, this is the one. I really like this one. Putting a menthol twist on a dragon's blood fragrances. That's kind of next level right there. I think that's good. All right. Let's get rolling here. All right. So, like I was saying, where do we go from here? What are we going to do? Now, obviously we are behind on our soaps. And hang on, let me fill up the sink here. I always forget to do this. You gotta give me a second here. I always mean to do this before I get started, and then I forget. Let that menthol kick in, though. That's nice. So how do we want to keep going forward? What's going to be the plan? That's kind of what we're talking about right now. We are we're going to do our best to weather the storm. That's the one thing, Gareth, that the Shave Supply always told me when things were getting a little bit awkward or things were getting weird or you're dealing with something, is to do your best to weather the storm. And that's going to, you can't be focused on what, we can't be focused on what other people are doing right now. And it's hard when you're running a small business like this in such a niche market that you see other people putting stuff out. And you want to, get stuff out there too. But I can't be thinking about that right now. Right now, the focus is on my recovery and getting back to, full soap making ability. So we can keep our inventory up so I can start making some new stuff. I do have a lot of ideas for new things, but I can't add them right now. They'll just have to be 2026 new releases. But I don't think I'm going to do as many as I did this year. I did a lot of new releases this year, and I don't think I'm going to do that many. One thing that this whole thing has shown us is that we don't need to just keep pumping out new things. You pump out some really good, some good releases, and then you keep up with your stock. And I think I focused too much on putting out new stuff last year. So one thing that I've actually been able to do because of I guess you could say my hiatus from making soap, my forced hiatus from making soap, is I've had a chance to step back and look at everything. I'm not so focused on getting new releases out there that I was making myself crazy, because on top of the new releases, you have to keep up with your current stock, and it just gets crazy, especially when it's a 2-person operation, which became a 1-person operation with Sadie when I initially got hurt, which is now we're probably, I'd say, down to like 1 3/4, because I'm not fully back doing my part, but we will be soon. So I don't think I'm going to do as many new releases as I did. I think that might have been a little too much. Also, I don't want to create any kind of... get some more water here. I don't want to create buyer fatigue either. And I think I might have done that a little bit with our stuff. We put out something new and then, it was like a month or so later and I'm talking about another one and then I'm talking about another one and then there's this small one and sometimes I think it just gets to be like, okay, people just bought one from me and now I got to make another one. I'm going to make another one and they're going to buy that one too. And I think it just creates some buyer fatigue. I want to give people a chance to buy my soap, use it, enjoy it, before I hit them with another one. And I think that's one of the things that I did last year that I don't think it helped us that much. Didn't really hurt us, but I think it would have been a better decision to do one and just kind of let that one be for a little while. Because I had two Draconises last year, and then I had Rise and Shine, and redid the Arctic Blast, and then I had Ice Queen, and I think it just got to be a little too much. But this downtime has given me the opportunity to reevaluate some things. When you have a small business, it's just the two of you. If someone gets hurt, that's a problem, It's not like I have someone else making my soap. It's not like I have other people working for me that can take over. And having all those different ones to manage can be a little bit, those different soaps and splashes and different fragrances to manage can be a little bit overwhelming. When one person is taken out of the mix. And I can't guarantee that it won't happen again because I'm not going to stop doing the things I love. I really, really I enjoy this. I enjoy making soap. I enjoy having the business. But I also enjoy mountain biking and skiing and road biking. And there's no guarantees that I won't, something won't happen again. And there's no guarantees that anything, anything could happen, right? Not just, I think that's one of the, probably what I'm trying to get at here is we never expected this to happen. Nobody ever does. And then it did happen. And it made us look at everything a little differently. One of the most disappointing things for me is I'm not able to, haven't been able to play with my granddaughter like I was before. I'm not able to get down on the ground and play with her because I just can't. But soon enough, I will. But this whole thing has had us kind of reevaluate what we're doing here. Change how we're going to move forward with the business and some things that we're going to do with the business. I think that's going to be good. Yeah, I think 2 is going to work. These Parker razors with a feather blade, I get 2 passes, no problem. And I could do a 3rd, but I don't think it's necessary. All right, I'm going to do a quick rinse, and we'll do a little bit of a recap, and then that'll be that. All right, we're back. Let's put a little aftershave on. Little Draconis Ignis. I can actually shake the bottle a little bit with my right hand too. I'll have to do left hand. Oh yeah. I still can't get my hand all the way up to my face to put aftershave on, but that's fine. This works just fine. All right. Quick recap. Just got a message there. Soap. Draconis Ignis. That's our Draconis soap with menthol. Matching splash. Parker 71R. I had a feather blade in there. Goodfellas. This is the Red Evil brush. And the Fine Accoutrements bowl. Now, I'm going to give you a quick an idea of what we do have planned for next year. So, if you guys don't remember, well, if you remember, if you're new to our products, we used to have a soap called Athena that we had for years, and I made that for breast cancer awareness. Now, breast cancer awareness month is in October. Obviously, we couldn't do it this year. But we are going to bring back Athena, but I'm going to change the label. I'm going to completely change the fragrance. We've already worked that out. And I think we're going to leave that in our lineup. We're getting more and more women asking about our products, especially at the farmers market and at different events. So I'm going to make that. We're going to redo Athena. We're going to bring that back for next year. And it's going to be a different fragrance. We are going to have a new Draconis that's going to come out next year. I don't know exactly when these are going to come out. This is all going to depend on when I am back to full capacity. I'm hoping it's early. I'm hoping by January or maybe late December. Probably not December, but by January, I'll be back in a position where I can start making soap on a regular basis again. But we are going to have a new Draconis, and we're going to be bringing back Athena. And there is one other soap that we're planning, but I haven't decided on it for certain yet. So I'm not gonna say I'm gonna do it because I don't know if I'm gonna do it. It may just be those 2. And then some soaps that we've already had, like Ice Queen, will likely be making a return next summer. And then I was gonna do a new Black Diamond this winter. I don't know if I'm gonna get to that either. Again, this is things we had planned prior to my getting hurt, so I don't know if that's going to happen either. Might hold on to that one for next winter because I did have a new label set up for that one for my ski trip out in Colorado. But that's it. We're making progress. We have some changes we're going to be making to the business, and a couple new soaps next year, 2026, but not nearly as many as I did this year. And just bringing back some of the other ones that we had this year that I wasn't able to get back to because of what was going on. But keep an eye on our website. We're going to be putting things back in stock soon. We're going to be making soaps this weekend. So hopefully soon, a lot of these soaps that are out of stock will be back in stock. Again, guys, thank you so much for your support. We really do appreciate it. I know this has been kind of frustrating for me, obviously, but I know a lot of people have been reaching out to us trying to get our soaps, and they couldn't because they were out of stock. And like I said, we're doing our best to keep up with the demand. And I think within the next month or so, month, 6 weeks, things should start to kind of hopefully get back to more of a normal stock. So appreciate all your support, and we do appreciate your patience too. So thank you. All right, guys, that'll do it. Have a great weekend, and I'll catch you next time. And hopefully, I have some more good news for you. Take care.